Have you ever felt that the operating system of your life is running so fast, you're essentially offline? Today, we analyze a systemic glitch that very few people are willing to admit. It is the data loss during the high-speed transfer of productivity. The hidden latency of the Pali Pali culture that goes unreported. Stay focused. The data we are about to unpack exposes a critical error in modern living. We are observing a civilization that has fully gamified velocity. From system boot up in the morning to shutdown at night, the protocol is pure speed. Pali Pali. Hurry, hurry. It is not just a phrase. It is the default operating algorithm. But consider this data point. When was the last time the average user actually stopped processing? When did they execute a breath cycle without calculating the next task? The reality is, modern society has normalized system overheating. The metrics reward those who maximize uptime, those who minimize sleep mode, as if sacrificing hardware integrity was a badge of efficiency. However, this high-performance culture comes with a maintenance cost. A debt paid in mental stability, peace, and human connection bandwidth. So, what exactly is Pali Pali, and why does it dominate the neural network? Pali Pali was hard-coded into the nation to rebuild a devastated infrastructure. In the 1960s, South Korea had a binary choice: rapid expansion or system failure. And the update was successful. In just 50 years, it became a global superpower. But that economic patch came with a bug: a culture of permanent urgency. Today, that urgency is no longer financial. It is a psychological stress test. Citizens feel that if they idle, the system will leave them behind. That if productivity drops for a second, their value reaches zero. Does this sound like a familiar user experience? Confucius once stated, "It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop." But modern South Korean society has forgotten the second half of that wisdom. That moving slow is also moving forward. A protocol soul urgently needs to recall. Burnout in Korea is not a personal failure. It is a critical national infrastructure alarm. It is human biology screaming that the cultural bandwidth is saturated. Yet, the Korean corporate model often treats rest like a bug. The data is clear. 84% of the South Korean workforce reports severe exhaustion. 84%. Analyze that statistic inside one of Asia's largest economies. It means 4 out of 5 citizens in Seoul operate at the edge of collapse. It is likely that you, watching from outside, recognize this pattern in your own country. But the cold calculation Korean society ignores is this: you cannot recover the data corrupted by the speed of Pali Pali. lost moments. Small files, yet irreplaceable for the human experience. Laughter filtered out as background noise because you were processing work emails. The sunset over the Han River ignored because your processor was already simulating tomorrow. Deep connections aborted due to lack of runtime in the daily schedule. The physical cost for Koreans is undeniable. The body reduced to an export machine. Ignoring system errors, skipping energy cycles, sacrificing sleep mode. All under the belief of the miracle on the Han River, that value equals generated output. Social networks in Korea also suffer real disconnection. The mantra in Gangnam offices is always, later, after this. But in this operating system, later is code for never. Eventually, the user looks around and finds static void. The human connection nodes went offline due to lack of maintenance. Internal stability is lost. The secure server where one used to take refuge. Now there is only noise. Anxious loops. A background process that never terminates. The recursive question appears: is my performance sufficient for Korean standards? And here is the heaviest data point to process for this generation. The average worker loses access to their own root identity. They no longer know who they are without their company or university tag. They become the task they execute, not the entity they are. But analysis indicates this is not mandatory. Not even in Korea. The social operating system can be reconfigured. There is an alternative protocol that Korean modernity archived. The algorithm of slow living, or a return to tradition. It is not laziness. It is intentional life processing. It is prioritizing data quality over the quantity of quick transactions. As Eastern philosophy suggests, he who does not know how to shut down the system does not know how to operate it. Downtime is not a bug. It is the base maintenance of success. Imagine an operating system in Seoul that boots up without anxiety errors. Where mornings are not a panic compilation against the clock. Where the citizen can simply exist in standby mode. Without the constant notification from society demanding production. Imagine allocating real bandwidth to your family. Not leftovers. Not microtransactions of stolen time, but a dedicated connection. Imagine recovering administrator privileges of your own life. Those creative functions you disabled to fit into the system. They run again when you free up mental RAM space. Adopting slow living in South Korea does not mean aborting the mission. It means completing the objective without overheating the human hardware. It is operating sustainably, avoiding the inevitable crash. So, how do we implement this patch in a world obsessed with speed? Step 1. Recognize that sleep mode is productive. The neural network needs pauses to index information. Here and anywhere. Innovation does not happen at 100% CPU usage. It happens in the empty space. Step 2. Configure personal firewalls. Learn to reject social pressure without guilt. Your time is your server. Step 3. Execute real presence protocols. A Korean meal without a digital interface. A conversation without latency. Walking through the city and actually rendering the environment. Step 4. Prioritize battery recharge. Sleep is not dead time. It is vital disk defragmentation. Step 5. Reconnect with your original source code. Dedicate 15 minutes to something that generates no economic metrics. Something that reminds you of your human factory settings. If this analysis on life in South Korea resonated with you, do not log off. Track this channel to decode more about modern Korean culture. Activate notifications to receive optimization reminders. To support our research, consider joining the member network. Every contribution keeps our servers running and the content noise-free. And if you know another user who needs this update, transfer the file to them. Sometimes, the best gift is reminding them they can disconnect from the system. Life is not a processing race. It is a user experience. And the best experiences render slowly,